Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. I'm Christine. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to another Parklane video. I reacted to this person under a different topic, under a different opportunity call a while ago. I will link the video up here if you're interested. You don't have to watch the original video for this one, I suspect, because this is another opportunity call, informational call on Instagram. I haven't watched it yet. It's a cold react, but the title is already very, very telling. It is somebody who has been a leader in network marketing for a while, someone who is in Parklane, a jewellery MLM that has been on the market now for over 70 years, and she shares her story and her experience with the network marketing industry and her take on what network marketing is looking like at the moment. And I can only suspect that if she's somewhat truthful, that it might not be the best view on network marketing at the moment because MLMs are struggling. People are leaving the network marketing industry altogether. A lot of the big MLMs truly struggle, not just Monate, but also others like Rodan and Fields who shut down their MLM business model, and they will do affiliate marketing, or Saint Beauty who are doing the same. And then there are other companies where that is the rumor as well, that they will shut down the recruitment model of the business and they will start actual affiliate marketing. So there's a lot of uproar and there's a lot of change in the network marketing industry, and I would love to hear her take on this.
Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Instagram. Give me just a moment here. I'm going live on Facebook as well. Make sure I'm live in both places. Hello. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Tish Mefford here. I am coming to you all live from my home office in Vermont. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tish Mefford, and I am a senior executive company vice president with Parklanejewelry. Typically, we primarily reside in Texas, but we are up spending time in our family home in the beautiful state of Vermont. So it's good to be with all of you today. I'm jumping on here live today, both on Instagram as well as Facebook, because, well, first of all, if you're joining live, if you will please comment live. I'd love to know who catches this live. If you catch this via replay, if you can also comment replay, I would greatly appreciate it. I can't see on Facebook. I'm on my laptop, so for whatever weird reason, I can't even tell if I am live there. I'm pretty sure I am, but if you are oops, and there goes my light. Okay, hold on just a second. If you're watching live on Facebook and you are able to comment and tell me that you are watching live, I would so appreciate it, just so I know that it is working correctly, because it's giving me some weird message here. So anyway, I wanted to pop in here today because while I was live yesterday, I had a conversation with one of our top leaders, Cheryl DeGroot. That was an amazing conversation. Loved it so much. But I wanted to pop in here live today. Hey, Cheryl. Oh, I see Cheryl's watching on Instagram. I wanted to pop on today because I have a lot of thoughts about the most recent announcement in our industry about another company who has announced yesterday that they are going to be going to the affiliate model. And if you work with that company, first of all, my heart goes out to you. I'm so incredibly sorry. I can't imagine what you're thinking right now. So
if you were with a network marketing company that claims that what they do is based on sales and that now establishes an actual sales-based business, you are in one of those companies, then I'm extremely sorry for you. That is rather strange. I do understand where she's coming from, because it must be a true shock for those who have teams in network marketing companies, and then the company pretty much shuts down. For them, it shuts down because that's not part of their business model. If they focused on recruiting first and foremost and not on the actual sales of the product. But it's a little bit weird. And could this turn into a pitch, come to Parklane?
Just know that there are a lot of people in this industry that are praying for you and only want the best for you. If you are not with that company, you may know someone who is, Or maybe you're with another company and, you know, it's scary. Maybe that's how you're feeling. I don't know. But what I wanted to do today is talk a little bit about why I made the transition that I made 6 years ago. And first of all, let people know that, number one, there are options for you. If you love this industry and you love the benefits that it has brought to you in your life, and you love leading and mentoring and helping other people be able to earn a flexible income and significant income around their very busy lives, if you feel you have developed a talent at doing that, if you love it passionately with all your heart, I want to say that need and desire will never go away. And this industry is really beautiful for many reasons. And this model, the model of teaching others how to do what you've learned how to do, will never go away, okay? I know when I was for those of you that don't know me, I spent 10 years with my first company. And 6 years ago, I partnered with the company that I'm with now.
She didn't partner. She joined Parklane as a salesperson.
Which is parklanejewelry. And when I walked away from my first company, I chose to leave. I wasn't forced to leave, so I do know that it's different. But when I chose to leave for many reasons. The main reason I did not choose to leave was because I wasn't having success. And I always like to state that because I was having more success at my first company than I ever thought I would be able to earn. I had, fallen into an opportunity and industry that I loved. I became very passionate about it. I worked very hard at it, and I built an income beyond my wildest dreams. The problem was that while I was earning a lot of income and having success, I wasn't able to help a lot of others be able to do the same. And in the 10 years that I was there, I lost a lot of really great people that were very talented, had worked very hard, and had chose to step out of the business because they didn't feel valued, were not earning what they felt they needed to be earning for the amount of effort and time and work that they were putting in. And they would go on and do other things or go back to jobs, and that happened for several years. And
that's why I call BS on this. I was doing very, very well, but I wasn't able to help my team. Well, that's called network marketing, and it doesn't matter what other company you go in. If you do network marketing, you have very few people at the tippity top. And if your team isn't doing as well, and if your team is not successful, and if your team is leaving, then you're also not doing that well. You need to have a certain amount of people on your team who also hit certain ranks, fulfill certain requirements. You as a group need to sell a certain amount of product or purchase a certain amount of product, but you do depend on your team. So very, very likely, and I don't know that, of course, in her specific case, but why do people leave network marketing companies? Because the working environment is not good and they want to leave, yes, but predominantly because their paychecks are down. So if your team is not happy because they're not making money, that means that you also didn't make the money that you thought you should have received. Money is down, and that's why people leave MLMs altogether, or why they go to new MLMs.
I think, first of all, I only knew what I knew until I knew something different. I will say that. Had I known that it could be different, possibly I would have made a change earlier. I didn't know that it could be different, okay? But once I got educated on the company that I've been with for the last 6 years, Parklanejewelry, it became very clear to me why that company, the company that I'm with, my company, Parklanejewelry, had success for over 60 years. And it became very clear to me why myself, the organization I'd led, and the company that I was originally partnered with had struggled. It became very clear to me. And so the first thing I want to say is, and I'm going to go back to this, if you love this industry, if you love what you do, if you have loved what you've done, if you have been in a scenario where recently your company has gone affiliate and they are taking away all the coaching and leadership opportunities there, and you are devastated by that, and you devastated for many reasons. A, you're losing your income. B, you absolutely love it and feel you were brought onto this planet to do that. I want you to know you've got incredible talent, incredible skills, and you should continue doing that and continue doing it with a company that values that. Okay, so that's the first thing I'm going to say. The second thing I want to say is that for those that are looking for a potential next chapter, the next chapter that you choose could be absolutely beautiful. I just want to say that, okay? The company that I'm with, Parklane, we are a second chapter or final chapter for many. Our company is run very differently, and it was all the different things that our company does that attracted me, to be honest. There are many things that we do that are very different from what you see on average in this industry. And those are the things that honestly really spoke to me.
The difference is, also apologies if you hear noise in the background because my upstairs neighbor now needs to vacuum right above my head. But the difference was that she was for 10 years already in network marketing. Her paycheck was tanking, people on her team were leaving, and she decided she was going to leave as well. And she was able to leave her former network marketing company for her then new one, Parklane. That's the difference. The huns always claim, if I knew then, if I knew what I know now, then I would have left earlier. Because in the last MLM, I was successful, but others weren't successful. But now we can all be successful because here is really a better situation. We do things differently here. The environment is different. The compensation plan is beautiful. We do things differently. It's the same stuff.
So what I want to do in this short amount of time is, number one, I want to state that for those of you that have found yourself in these scenarios and, you are likely paralyzed, likely the vultures are coming out, and I apologize for that. I do feel that often it's with the best of intentions, because I know people think they likely can be of service and potentially help you. I know it's with the best intentions, but I've been told when you're in that situation, it doesn't feel that way. So for that, I will apologize.
The vultures are out, and I apologize for that, but here I am on Instagram, and I'm telling you how great Parklane is.
If you are being bombarded with things like that. But my goal in this live, if you see this come across your page, if this is shared with you, it's purely for educational purposes. I just want to educate you because I feel I have experience that I can speak on going from one company to another company. And I'm going to talk about the reasons why I chose to partner with parklanejewelry, the company that I'm with now. And I'm going to talk about the things that I've seen since I've been here and seen with other companies. So
sharing your experience is not a bad thing if you want to support others, but why tell others why it is so much better in Parklane? Just share your experience, what it was like going from one MLM to another, although she herself said she wasn't terminated, or her company never switched from one business model to another. That is so unfavorable because it is truly based on sales. So there is a certain disconnect there. Just share the information that could be helpful for people. Present yourself in a good light. That way people might think, oh, this could be a good leader. Maybe I'm looking towards that person as well. Maybe I'm going to take a look at Parklane, a company I've never looked into, but maybe this one could be for me. It would be a soft pitch, but All of this is very much, I believe, a tool to promote Parklane and herself as a potential leader and also her team. So let's not try to kid ourselves that the Huns are not out and about trying to poach people who are currently in network marketing companies, who have a big team, who either got terminated, whose companies are shutting down, or are changing the business model. It sounds very similar, to be honest with you.
First thing I want to say is the owners of your company matter. I'm going to say that for those of you in the back of the room. The owners of your company matter.
The CEOs of your company, the people who actually own the company that you're a salesperson for, yes.
One of the reasons why I chose to partner with Parklane Jewelry is because it was a family-owned and operated, cash-rich, debt-free company with over 60 years of experience and success in the industry. There were no investors involved. There were no private equity firms involved. The company had been started by Shirley and Art Levine, and about 20 years ago now, they had sold the company to 3 of their 8 children. There were many stipulations put in place when they sold the company to their 3 of their sons. One of which was those sons could only take 2% profit, which is what Shirley and Art had done for years and years and years and years and years, had only taken 2% profit. For those of you that know a lot about our industry, you probably know that typically owners, investors, private equity firms, whatever it is, typically they are taking anywhere from 32, 34, 40% profit. When you get investors involved, there's more people that have to be paid, etc. But with our family company, our founders took 2% profit, and our current co-owners, Scott, Art, and Mark Levine, take 2% profit. And what that does is it allows more pennies in the dollar to go towards all of the other things that are expenses within our business. One of the most important things are the people. And that's the second thing I want to talk about.
But that doesn't mean that this is a better company, because if they're only each taking out 2% and you have some 90% that they reinvest back into the business, that doesn't necessarily mean that the individual market partners profit. It is still a network marketing company, and the people at the bottom make hardly anything and the people at the top make a lot more. There's no income disclosure statement available for Parklane. The last time I checked, there's currently also none I could find. But it is the same spiel in every network marketing company. It's also not necessarily a benefit if a company doesn't have investors or if they're debt free. It does make sense for some companies to put themselves into debt in a controlled way because they invest into certain businesses and they don't want to take away from the actual financial workflow. That it's a myth that is something that's bad or that is horrible. It can actually contribute quite well to the growth of a company. And a lot of those network marketing companies are family owned. That doesn't mean that they're a great company, that they have a great business structure, or that they have a great business culture. Monat is also a family-owned MLM. Young Living is a family-owned MLM. And I've said it before, but Aldi, for example, one of the biggest supermarkets, discounters worldwide, is also a family-owned company, and it is a billion-dollar company. So is BMW. Context matters. Just because something is family owned, it doesn't mean it's great.
Which is when you are, one of the reasons why I chose to partner with Parklane is because they truly value our representative community, our stylist community, as family and business partners. Okay? They don't say it, they truly believe it.
They don't say it, but you're not a business partner. You're a salesperson for that company. You're not a partner. You don't make those decisions.
And you see it through their actions. It was their mom and dad's mission back in 1955 to help women and men be able to earn income flexibly working from home. And it's the same mission today. It's the same mission. They chose a product category, jewelry, in order to be able to help women and men be able to earn income flexibly working from home. But the mission is to help our stylist community, like myself, be able to earn significant income working flexibly from home. That is the mission. It was the mission when it was founded in 1955. It is the same mission today.
The mission is that it's supposed to be a profitable business for the owners, because otherwise they have no mission.
Our owners will never sell this company. This company is a legacy company to their family. Babies are literally raised in this company. All of the Levines start working in the company at very young ages, and the company is now being run by the second and third generation. So when I was looking at a new partnership, those things spoke to me. Security and aligning with a company that had the same mission that I have, and I felt like we're true partners, was very important to me. Okay?
You can feel that you are a true partner and that is important to you, but you are not a partner because you're not partnered with Parklane. You are a salesperson and you joined over 6 years ago for a network marketing company that is still in family hands. She herself has already said in second or third generation now. So you're not a partner. You're selling for the company. And stability in network marketing is not a thing. Just because you join an older network marketing company and you have a big team you can join with, you have more security than others, but you don't have security in that industry and in that system. Just because the company has a more traditional approach doesn't mean that that is beneficial for the distributors, or as they call themselves, the stylists.
Another thing that really spoke to me within our company is our direct appoint program. We have a program that recognizes leadership experience in this industry. And the Levines feel very strongly, our co-owners feel very strongly, that this industry should be no different than what you see in corporate America. Now, I know the majority of the industry may not feel this way. The majority of the industry has the right to run their businesses the way they want to run their business, and Parklane has the right to run their business the way they run their business. And our company, our founders and our co-owners now feel as if that this industry should be no different than corporate America. And if you have built to a level of leadership within a company and you choose to leave that company to go to a different company for whatever reason, doesn't matter the reason, whatever the reason, your experience should be recognized and respected. And so, for example, when I started here at Parklane, my experience at my first company was recognized, and I was brought in and appointed at at the time it was an executive company VP, or executive company VP. We've since promoted to a higher level, which is senior executive company VP.
That just shows that network marketing is not like a corporate company. That is something that others do as well. You, in this case, this is a specific program that she mentions. I'm not aware of the details of that. But if you are somebody who is able to join Parklane from another network marketing company and you already have a team, you will be able to rise in the ranks rather quickly. Some companies will offer bridge contracts, which include specific bonuses for the person, or they pay the new leader a certain amount during a transitioning phase until they're able to recruit a lot of people from their own team who will inevitably also join in the new MLM. And in this case, they're saying, you know what, you will not start at the bottom. You will already start at this or at that level if you bring a certain amount of people with you, very likely. anybody, because otherwise you can claim, yeah, I was at the top of this or that company, but it's of no worth and value to Parklane if you don't bring those people across. So in the end, it is a bonus payment for people who already have a big team, and that is not unique to the industry.
The importance of this is that, number one, I didn't feel as if I was starting over. Number two,
we started at that level and we were promoted to that other level, but I felt like I didn't have to start all over. So it's about you and not about your team. Who gets all of those bonus payments? Who gets the bigger checks, your team or she?
Number two, it actually meant a lot that my experience was being recognized, if I'm honest, and valued and respected. Number three, I was able to benefit from all of the levels of the compensation program at that level from day one that I started here. And I was then able to offer the same to the people that would choose to join me. And that was very important.
It looks like Parklane does aim at people. I mean, this is an almost 70-year-old MLM. Of course, they're not a ground floor opportunity. She coined the phrase, it was the first time I heard it at least, generational ground level opportunity with a company that has already been on the market for 70 years. And with the type of jewelry that they sell, I would also say you're not necessarily aiming at the super young audience and at the super young distributors. So you will reach out to people who have been in the industry already for a while, and those are people who already have bigger teams, and incentivize them to come on over to Parklane by those bonus payments. You don't have to start at the bottom rank, bring enough people with you and we're good to go. And you can also offer that to your team.
Okay. I've had many that have joined here that have either had experience in companies, ended up leaving the industry because things just weren't working out like they had hoped they would at that company. And they've come back and joined us here. And the experience they had in their first company or their second company was recognized and respected. And many will say that those that had left the industry, completely left the industry, thought their time was over, for all, whatever the reasons were, I'm not going to get into those reasons. They will say they cannot believe that they almost gave up on themselves and gave up on their talent and gave up on what they could offer this industry and this profession, because they love this profession. I love this profession. And those that have built teams and had success within this profession, you have talent. There were likely thousands of people at the company that you were with, and not all of them achieved the level that you did. And it's because you have talent, and you should take that talent if things have not worked out for you at a company.
But it doesn't have to do with talent. Some people are able to recruit more people than others. And that's why they have bigger checks. And that's why they're considered leaders. And that is why she is on a live in a time when a lot of network marketing companies are shutting down their recruitment-based business and they're turning into actual affiliate marketing programs. And she is telling people that Parklane has a lot of leadership bonuses and incentives other companies don't have. Why? To get more leaders on the team. It's the same story all over again.
You should take that talent,
your team,
and partner with a company that will respect that talent and values that talent and is willing to invest in that talent.
Pay its leaders more.
And I say that because we have the philosophy at Parklane that we will pay the most and offer the most generous programs to attract the best talent in the industry. That's Parklane's philosophy, and that's what the company's been doing for the last several decades. Some of the things that really spoke to me about Parklane when I was getting educated, which is what I originally did. Originally, I was just getting educated, no pressure, but I decided to do my due diligence and get educated. And I encourage you, if you are in a scenario where you are now having to be forced to figure out a plan B, or if what you're seeing is just making you see, some of the signs that possibly might be happening currently at your company, which were all the signs I was seeing at my first company. If you want to get educated, which is smart, it's smart to be a smart business owner and be educated on what is out there. I encourage you and invite you to get educated on Parklane. You can do it in a confidential manner. You can reach out to whomever shared this video with you. We are happy to connect you with someone that at Parklane where you can have a confidential conversation and get educated, and there is no pressure. And then you have the information.
The vultures are out there. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah. I guess getting educated when you're fond of network marketing does mean something else than something different than somebody who is not very fond of network marketing. And in the end, it is smart, if you are interested in network marketing, to make, of course, the most beneficial choices for yourself. I clearly disagree with MLMs, but if you join a company and the company's compensation plan is a lot more based on sales of products, you need to jump through a lot of hoops. You have to recruit a certain amount of people who also need to hit higher ranks before you're able to see bigger checks. Then in that case, of course, it makes sense from that perspective to also research the compensation plans, which ones are predominantly recruitment based if I already have a big team, or if I'm good at that, which ones are more sales based if I'm good at that. And in this case also, if I'm already a leader, what incentives would a company give me? What kind of contracts, bonuses, bridge contracts would they offer me if I were to join a new network marketing company now with a bigger team? I guess that's the definition of do your research, also in a confidential manner with Parklane, because let's be realistic, Parklane will not sit down with each and every person that wants to join the company. They only do that with those where they believe that they will be able to bring a lot of people with them.
For whenever you might be interested in pursuing something different. But some of the things that really spoke to me were, number one, here at Parklane, you do not demote. Okay? You do not lose a career title. You are forever, whatever rank you promote to or come in as, you are forever that career title and are paid at that career title unless you promote up to the next level. But you never lose a career title.
Never losing a career title might sound nice if you want to keep face. If you want to say face in a network marketing company and the year after you have to say, yeah, I'm not at that rank anymore because I dropped in ranks. You cannot get demoted in network marketing companies, but you will drop in ranks. But that doesn't mean that you will keep your paycheck. If you have a smaller team, if you don't sell enough product, then you will also not be compensated as well.
Can I tell you how many people with my first company, within my first organization, left the business because they worked really hard to promote to a career title or career rank, and then they ended up losing that career rank and felt like a failure, felt like they couldn't have success in the business, felt like they just weren't cut out for it, and ended up leaving and either going to another opportunity or leaving the industry altogether. Like that happened a lot. So when I connected with Parklane and discovered that there's a company out there that where actually you don't lose your career rank. Wait, what? How does that even work? You get paid at that career rank every week, no matter what? How is that even possible? It was almost like, does that even exist? I mean, I was like, that sounds too good to be true. But it's not too good to be true because has been true here at Parklane for decades. Our founder, Shirley Levine, felt very passionately that if this business and industry is supposed to be about empowering people to go out and live their best lives possible, how is demoting people empowering? It's the opposite of empowerment. And so here at Parklane, we don't do that. I mean, I don't worry ever about losing a career title. It's just, and nor does anybody else. And how awesome is that?
It might sound nice, but let's be realistic here. Network marketing is not a sustainable business. It is a nice additive, I would say, because it must be devastating if you work your butt off to recruit a lot of people to sell a certain amount of product, and then you reach one of the higher ranks and then you drop in rank again because you're not allowed to use that higher rank that you reached as a career title anymore. That must be devastating, and it is something that's not necessarily encouraging for a lot of people to continue to recruit and try in that rat race to get back up to that rank again. It is nice to keep that title, but if you drop in rank, actually in your paid rank, you will receive less money. But if your team falls apart, you can have the highest career rank that the company has to offer, but your paycheck will show that your team broke apart as well. So that doesn't mean that people will never ever leave Parklane, because then in that case, their financial income will suffer as well. It is nice to keep the title, and other companies do that as well. Monet changes the career title after a year if people have dropped in ranks. Scentsy does the same thing, and that is something that the people are really dreading, but they're also able to keep that rank for a year and try to get back up. And they are at that career rank, but they get paid a lot less. So people might also leave Parklane because they don't get the money that they used to get before their team broke apart.
And not only is it awesome, but you get to be paid at that career title week after week after week. Okay, so that was one of the things that really spoke to me. Something else that really spoke to me with regards to our company is the power of the party. All right, I want to talk about that for a moment, especially right now, because I know in recent years, it was kind of talked about like, the party's no longer relevant. It's not the wave of the future. It's not the way that people want to do the business. People don't want to go to a party. They don't want to host a party. Blah, 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 blah. I heard this a lot, okay? I am just going to tell you, the party is so alive and well. It is honestly a bunch of malarkey and rhetoric by companies that don't want to pay for party rewards. For lack of a better word, I'm just going to state it for what it is, because that's what I experienced at my first company. And there is so much power in the party, because when you partner with a party host to connect you with her friends, for her friends to see your product, in this case, for me, it's jewelry. Number one, it's an immediate edification of me with these people, because my party host is like, can't wait for y'all to meet Tish. You're going to love her. You're going to love the jewelry that she is going to be sharing with you guys this week. So that's the first thing. Like, it is immediate edification. And it is how we continue to grow and build our network week after week, month after month, year after year. It is in the power of the party. It's where all the magic happens. If I did not do parties, I don't know what I would do, because I would then have to become, I guess, an influencer on social media to attract people to find me. And I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to do that. I love partnering with someone and her introducing me and connecting me to her friends in her network, and me being able to immediately share the product that I love, the specials that I have happening right now. And from that is where I grow my business week after week after week. Okay.
That's all great. And Parklane is not the only company that does these parties. Even the Monet huns do that when they do their wine and wash. Scentsy is also a company where they have those parties as well to sell their smelly stuff. Other companies do that too. It is a very subjective view though, because depending on your upline, how they were successful, how they got successful in network marketing, that is very likely what they will pitch you as well. Whereas another leader who got successful in a different way, who was able to recruit people in a different way, might have a different opinion. And paparazzi, the people very likely have the view that those online parties, those online lives are the way to success. People who were successful because they threw in-person events will tell you the in-person events, that's what it is at. And those who got successful on social media will very likely tell you, no, you have to build a social media profile. In the end, you might need to do a little bit of all. You just need to reach out to people consistently all the time, whether that is in person, because you meet people in your personal life, strangers that you see on the street or in the supermarket or at whatever random event, and then also online. So let's take all of that also with a grain of salt. I think all of these things are very subjective views depending on the leader's experience.
There is huge power in the party, and what makes booking a party simple for us is that we have a host reward program that generously rewards our hostesses. It's like, okay, hostess, you connect me with your friends and you are going to receive the most amazing shopping spree of your life by doing so. All right. Our founder, Shirley Levine, truly felt like we need to roll out the red carpet for our hostesses, because it is because of our hostesses that we are able to grow and build our business day after day, week after week, month after month. So we have an incredible host rewards program where we do not have to fund. I do not have to fund, but the company funds. Again, they're able to because our owners only take 2% profit. So they've got more pennies in the dollar to put towards the most important things within our business. And it allows us to be able to book 2 parties today with 2 hostesses that are so excited because when 10 of their friends shop, they're getting a $400 shopping spree. All right. So there is so much power in the party. Parties are as relevant today as they were 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago. Don't let anyone try to convince you otherwise. And if you are looking at options, you want to look at what is the vehicle that company is offering to help the average person be able to grow and build. Now, if you are a superstar, you might be able to build a big business without having a party model. I don't know. Maybe you are an influencer and attract thousands of people to find you, and you can do that without a party model. But this is the thing. If you want to build a successful business, you need to have a vehicle that the average person can very simply be able to grow and build their network. And that's what the party model has. And it's really hard to have parties if you don't have an incentive incentivizing your hostesses, okay?
But most MLMs do that you have some sort of host reward. I agree with her that the more graciously and the more financially or product-wise you reward your host, the more likely it is that somebody is willing to throw a party. Otherwise, they will not do that. But Scentsy does the very same thing, for example.
So you want a company that's going to offer you a system or a vehicle to allow you to grow, and you need to have a program in place that's going to incentivize and generously reward those people that are helping you do that. And I agree. I see Lindsay saying, who doesn't love a good party? I 100% agree.
Not that kind of party. No, good party, yeah. A Parklane jewellery party, absolutely not. An MLM party, no.
So that was something that really spoke to me when I started learning more about Parklane. I was like, well, no wonder you guys have been having successful parties for decades, because you are treating your hostesses like the queens that they deserve to be treated. So, and for those of you watching, I used to do all of my parties in person until COVID hit. And now I do all of my parties online. And I have a 100% virtual business. I could run from my phone if I wanted. So if you have had a virtual business and you're like, oh no, I could not do parties because I'm not going to anybody's home. I don't go in anybody's home. I do them 100% online. We have some that go into people's homes because they are social and they want to go be in their home. But you don't have to if you don't want to, is the point I'm trying to make. Now, let's talk for a moment why jewelry is such a smart category. Because often I talk to people. We have people join us every week that come from all different walks of life and oftentimes have had experience in the industry. Maybe they've had experience in health and wellness. Maybe they've had experience with makeup or skincare or clothing or, I mean, you name it, energy, I mean, everything. I've seen, I feel like I've seen it all. And so I always like to talk about like why jewelry is a smart category. For those of you that have never been in the jewelry category. Jewelry is a smart category for several reasons. First of all, having a consumable product is very important because you don't want to be a one-hit wonder. You want to meet a new customer and then be shopping and coming back and ordering from you for a long time. And fashion is consumable. I'll say that again. Fashion is consumable. How many of you here watching have bought a new pair of earrings, a pair of new sandals, a new top, a new cover-up, maybe a new bathing suit, maybe a new pair of denim, maybe a new pair of denim shorts this summer when you didn't need them, but you bought them because you had to have them? All right, like fashion's consumable. That will never change. And even during times of tough times like the recession right now, people might give up higher end things, but they still have to have their fashion fix. And we offer an affordable product that when you put it on, it makes you feel more beautiful.
But how is jewelry a consumable product? How many earrings do you have at home? How many jewelry do you have from the same category? I am of an age where I think I would be a target audience to Parklane jewelry, and I have very, very little jewelry. I do watch out for quality in this day and age rather than having a lot of stuff. When I was younger, it was interesting to be fashionable, but the items from Parklane and also the necklace that she's wearing currently and also the bracelets, they don't look that fashionable to me, in my opinion. So how many of these products do you actually sell to one person? Consumable products are products that you use up and then you have to purchase them again. And jewelry, also less pricey jewelry, is not a part of that. Because if you financially struggle and you do make smart choices, you do not dive into fashion and you do not dive into accessories.
It gives you more confidence. It puts a smile on your face. It's a compliment creator. It's been proven, literally proven, research has been done that it increases serotonin when you put jewelry on. So it's a smart product from that perspective. Once people shop with us once, because they get such great value because of our customer sale is amazing. If you've never shopped with us before, you ask your rep about that because it's amazing. But they get such great value, they come back and they shop and they shop and they shop again because everyone works hard for their money and we want to put our money in places where we get great value, and it's no different here. So that's one of the reasons why jewelry is a smart category. It is a consumable product. Outside of that, if you are going to choose a business model, you want a product that is going to be simple and it's going to be fun. Because if you are interested in team building, you want to think about how can the average person have success. And they need a product that is really simple, where they can work it around their very busy life and they can get started and be earning income very quickly. And that is a whole lot of fun. Because I've learned when it becomes hard for people, they stop working. When it becomes not fun, they stop working and they go away. And it's really hard to build a successful team when you got people leaving faster than they're coming in. And so when you are looking at product categories, you want a product that's simple and fun, requires zero education or knowledge. Like, people know how to put their earrings on. They know how to put their necklaces on. I mean, we might educate them on, how to build an arm party, what the trends are of the season, but it's an emotional sale. It is not something that requires weeks of conversation and education for a customer to make a purchase.
Wow, there's a lot happening. Not just that the neighbor above me is really, she's been vacuuming the freaking small room. I've been filming now for almost an hour and she didn't stop, which is really lovely. Then this phone is getting off all the time. I'm on a squeaky chair. And then we're also hearing this weird pitch. I forgot what I wanted to say. Oh, great. Thank you. Oh yeah, I remember. How is jewelry, though, going to help you in a business model where you need to recruit people and sell product? Just because you like jewelry, and I think it could make it easier for you to handle that kind of stuff instead of selling, I don't know, Kangen water filters or shit like this. If you are involved in something that you like, it makes it more easy, but you still need to be able to sell the product. You still need to be able to learn certain techniques, how to connect with people, and you still need to learn about the business model, in this case specifically in Parklane, so that you understand how many people you have to recruit, how you build your team, and how many products you need to sell or purchase yourself, how to actually throw those parties. You still need to learn a lot of information, and that is something that not necessarily everybody can do, and you will not be successful in Parklane just because you like jewelry.
And again, when you're looking at another business opportunity, you want to be thinking about, how can I help the average person have success? How can I help the average person earn significant income? Those are the things that you have to be putting your decision and lens through.
How do I help the average person make success? Won't happen for most people in network marketing, but also how do I recruit industry leaders who already have a big enough team, because Parklane has special incentives to get specifically those people on board. So which one is it? Your average Joe, yeah, you need that to bulk up your pyramid. But then again, if you want to grow faster, you should also attract other leaders who will then join your team under you so that you can profit off of them and their teams as well. That way you can grow faster.
Because if you are a leader within this industry, you're likely a rock star. And you might be able to go and have success anywhere. But when you can help the masses have success and earn significant income, that's when you can truly have the business of your dreams, okay? So that's another thing that really spoke to me about, or that I love about jewelry. It's consumable, it's simple and fun, it's portable. It can be, you can take your jewelry business anywhere. We spend part of the year in Texas, we spend part of the year in Vermont. I'm just like, pack up my little bag, open up my phone, my computer, back in business.
Yeah, because it's not your own business. As she has said, it's a family-owned business that is now being run in the second and third generation, because you're not partnered up with that business that is run by another family. You're a salesperson. And if you don't need to purchase the products to physically then sell them to other people, you can do that in every MLM industry. That doesn't make Parklane special.
You can meet someone for coffee, share the jewelry. You can do a pop-up vendor event if you want, putting things in one bag, simply put it out on the table. You can take it to people's homes if you want. You can work it from your phone if you want. Doesn't take a lot of space. You can do it in the corner of a house or in the kitchen. Like, it's just a very simple product that brings a whole lot of joy. It is the most gifted item on the planet, and it is a market that is growing by leaps and bounds. It's a multi-billion-dollar market that's
all
expected
markets
to
are
double
always
in
allegedly
size over the next 5
growing
years.
in
It's
that
crazy.
market.
So it's a smart product category to be in for those of you that have never been in the jewelry business. Talked about how our company is cash rich and debt free. I also want to talk for just a moment about ground floor, because I get it. When I got into my first company, all of a sudden they talked ground floor a lot. I felt like it was very important to be with a ground floor company because that's all I knew. You know what you know until you know something different. And I touted it, man. It's ground floor and you want to come be a part of it. And, I was with them 10 years, and a few years after I left, they moved to affiliate model. So my experience has been ground floor does not mean security and long-term success. That's my experience. What spoke to me about Parklane is the fact that they were the opposite of ground floor.
They were already so saturated, it only made sense to join with a new team. And of course, just because you join a new network marketing company that offers you a ground floor opportunity, so if you are one of the first market partners to join, then you have a ground floor opportunity where the market for that company is not yet saturated. And if you're able to recruit enough people, sell a certain amount of product, you rise in the ranks, then you will be one of the few people at the tippity top. Of course, you cannot pitch it like this. You have to pitch it like a generational ground floor opportunity when you join a network marketing company that has already been on the market for 70 years, as is the case with Parklane. But there is no sustainable business necessarily possible in network marketing, period. Whether it's a new MLM or an already existing one. And if we're really real and realistic here, out of all of the pitches, the people I have seen that joined new network marketing companies, when they told their rags to riches story, I do not believe that an actual ground floor opportunity truly exists in network marketing, because the very first people, the very first market partners are being pitched by the corporate side, and they pick and choose the people very, very carefully. So by the time I believe a network marketing company is already open to your average customer and to your average recruit, the top ranks, they have already been distributed, because it's people who have connection in the industry, and it is people who have connections to the owners of the company. So is there really a truly ground floor opportunity? I don't think so. But the likelihood of somebody making more money in a network marketing company is when they're able to join early before there is market saturation. If that MLM collapses, then of course it wasn't worth a lot. But the same could be true for an older company. Those companies can shut down at any moment, whether they're new ones or whether they're older ones.
When I joined the company, they were celebrating 62 years of success. And some might think, oh, you can't join a 60-plus-year-old company and, be able to be a top earner or build a six-figure income or whatever. If you're not in early, that's not going to happen, is what you might be thinking. Because I thought the same when I didn't know differently. Okay? But this is what I found. We've been here 6 years. And we've been able to build over 100 six-figure earners in our organization alone in 6 years. I was able to replace my income, and I walked away from multiple six-figure income. I was never quite a seven-figure income at my first company. I had a goal to do it. I wanted to achieve it so that the company could say it was possible. I was never able to achieve it, nor did anybody else after I left. But I was able to not only replace that income, but surpass it and hit a goal that I'd had in the industry for many years in my third or fourth year here.
Because she joined with a big team to Parklane, she didn't start at the bottom. She already said it. I was a leader, I was appreciated by Parklane, and I didn't have to start at the first rank, so can we also take that into consideration? And you allegedly have 100 people on your team alone who are six-figure income earners. How many people in total do you have on your team? Thousands? Then that is not that impressive.
And that's with a company that's 60 plus years old, okay? So when I tell you, you don't have to be in a ground floor scenario. For some of you, maybe that is what makes the most sense. Only you can make that decision. I'm speaking from my heart and what spoke to me. And what spoke to me was I wanted to align with owners and a company that valued what I brought to the table, valued my expertise and my wisdom, wanted to lock arms with me, and together us build the next generation of Parklane. And know that there was no short-term gain or goal there. The long-term game is building the second and third generation of Parkland jewelry, because this is all about legacy for their family. And that's what speaks to me. That's what spoke to me. So one thing I'll say is, and I'm going to come back and I'll make sure, I think I can do this on Instagram, and I'll make sure I do this on Facebook, is probably about 2 years now, when we were in Kona, Hawaii at one of our incentive trips, I interviewed our CEO and one of our co-owners, Scott Levine. And I have that interview, I think, pinned on my Facebook page. I'm going to make sure I put a link to that interview because I think it could be super beneficial and helpful for you to hear from one of the owners. And of course, you can ask any questions that you have to me or anyone else that possibly shared this with you. Again, I am a believer that information is powerful. Get educated and do your due diligence, and you and your heart will know what the right thing is for you. That's what I will say. But I want those that are being put in a position where they have to possibly find a new home, I want you to know that there is another chapter for you, and believe that and know that. And you've had success because of you, not because of your company. And very quickly, you'll learn that from your customers. They were supporting you, not your company. And if you love what you do and you are passionate about continuing to help people be able to build businesses around their busy lives, there is another chapter for you. And my hope for you is you go and find the right place that will respect what you've done and value what you've done and value your partnership to help them continue with their mission. So with that, thank you guys so much for joining. I love you all. We're here to help and serve any way that we can. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
That's always my most fun part, when people try to end a call or a live, also at work. I always wait until that happens. Where's the button? Where's the button? Where's the button? That didn't just sound like information about the network marketing industry, her perspective on this. It does sound very much like a pitch to the people who are currently in network marketing, whose business model will be shut down because they will continue to operate as affiliate marketing, and to those network marketing companies that are currently tanking, or to those that are currently being rumored to also shut down their recruitment-based business model. The vultures are out. I would say yes, I agree with that. And this was specifically a pitch at those people who already have big teams, because the leaders will be treated very preferentially from the get-go in Parklane. If you have the ability to get on a call or to be invited with corporate at Parklane, then you are not a normal distributor who just starts from scratch. Then you are somebody who already has a big team, and that is why Parklane would love to welcome you to their MLM. So let's take it as it is, an industry pitch. That is what I read from this live. I would love to hear your opinion about this, because yeah, the people are now very much active on social media, not trying to keep their team together, but also to recruit new people, also the newbies, the ones who don't have a big team. But of course, it is of huge advantage if you're able to recruit a Monat hun. If you are able to recruit somebody who was in Monat, who was successful, who had a big team, or in Saint Beauty, or in Rodan and Fields, and that way you can bulk up the bottom of your pyramid rather quickly by recruiting another leader. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to comment something, feel free to comment that down below. If you like these videos, then please subscribe, share the videos. All of that helps the channel out a lot. And if you like these types of videos, then hopefully I will see you in my next one. Until then, cheers!